Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Donna here. Thanks for stopping by today to see what I'm up to. And today what I'm going to be doing is working on a bubble wreath for Memorial Day, 4th of July, and the patriotic holidays coming up. I need a new one for out front. I need two in the front, and I have one completed so far. So I showed you the mesh that I'm going to use yesterday in my little haul, and I'm going to, without delay, just take you down to the desk now, and we're going to see how we can put together a bubble wreath. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, here we are. And I'm using a 14-inch frame from the Dollar Tree. Now with this technique, the 14 inch is the one I have usually used, so I'm pretty secure with that one. But I mean, if you got one that was too much bigger, you probably wouldn't have enough mesh on one roll to do this technique. And I am patriotic today. Actually, I say hello summer, but I'm in red, white, and blue saying it. So you will need your frame, you will need mesh, you will need pipe cleaners, chenille stems, whatever you call them, cut in half. They don't need to be whole ones. And one or two zip ties. Some people use all zip ties going around the frame. I find it awkward for me to use, so I'm going to use the pipe cleaners. The other thing, if you wish to measure, you need something to measure with. I have numbers on my mat here, so I can use that to measure. But you can just put a yardstick out in front of you, or even a regular ruler, just to measure your little loops, bubbles, before you tie them. Now before I get going on it, I'm going to show you that when I tie these on the frame, I am using these two middle rows. So the pipe cleaner will go around the mesh and around those two middle rows. That's the only ones we're going to use all the way around this frame. So, because my hands will be like in front of the mesh when I'm doing it, and you might not know where I'm tying it. So let's get started. I'm going to start with taking the mesh, and I think this is going to be a stick-to-itself mesh. And I'm going to just gather up the top like you would start most any wreath. And I'm going to go down underneath, right at one of these crossbars. I'm just going to stick it through there. And you can see I have the mesh in there, okay? Now I'm going to take a zip tie, and I start on one side of that crossbar, go around the mesh, and come up the other side of the crossbar. And hopefully I've got this going in the right direction. Now you can see why I don't use these all the way around the wreath. Personally, I find them annoying. They do a wonderful job, but I do find them annoying. There we go. Okay, and then you can see how I have tied it on. Just snip it off. Okay, now what I'm going to do is to make 10-inch pieces, and I'm going to drop this down on, well, right now I'll leave it up here. I'm going to make 10-inch loops. They're not really loops, it's just going to pull the mesh out 10 inches. But I want to make sure that the opening is kept at the bottom, okay? So I have my mat where I'm at, I have it at 8, so I'll go up to 18. Okay? And all I'm going to do is push this right back to where I just attached it. Take a pipe cleaner. Go down under. And tie it off. Okay? Now this is going to move all around for a while. After they get a few in there, it won't move so much. Opening at the bottom, 10 inches, right back up. And tie it on. And I'm pulling it up tight to the one I already put on there. And ouch, when I cut that pipe cleaner, I left a piece of sharp wire sticking out. I am going to drop this down on the floor because it's going to become annoying. Okay, there you go. And really, that's all there is to it. You go 8, I'm just going 8 to 18 because that's my 10 inches. Bring it back up. Put a pipe cleaner around my 10 inches. Around the middle 2 bars of the frame. Squish it up together. And in this first section, I usually get about 6. It depends on how stiff the mesh is. Sometimes 5, but most of the time 6. But you won't be 6 in every, you won't be 6 in every one going forward, because as you get more on the frame, they take up more room. I'll just move up here a little bit. And another thing I like to do occasionally is turn it over and take one of these and push it up and then twist it to one that was before it. And that kind of helps to hold them in tight to each other. Coming along nicely. Okay, my opening is at the bottom. Measure 10 inches. Bring it up. Now it really doesn't make any difference. I may run out of these blue pipe cleaners, but it doesn't really make a difference what color pipe cleaner you use because they don't show. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think that's plenty. We'll move on. And again, when I get to this new section, it will tend to slide until I get a few more in there to keep it tight. This is really pretty mesh. And I like to puff them up, you know, pretty much as I go along, so that if I find one that I've got, I lost the other half of that. If I find one that I've got the opening on the wrong part. I can only have to take out one to correct it. Well, that little piece of pipe cleaner just did not want to cooperate. I'm going to take this one that I just did, move it up, and hook it to a couple up there. You can see in the back. And that's just going to keep it tighter. Hot day here today, 90s, in the 90s. So that's why it's appropriate that my shirt says, "Hello, summer." We had a short spring. I think I'm going to go on to the next one. Oh, I'm getting stuck on some mesh that I have cut over here. So if you see me drag some orange in, just think Halloween. Can you believe? And when I put this on here, I have my thumb, see this where the pipe cleaner is, I have my thumb right there pushing down on it, and that just keeps it steady and keeps it tight while I'm tying it on the back. And one of the things I like about this type of a wreath is that it uses the whole roll of mesh, because those orange pieces that you might see me pull in are little pieces that were left on various 21-inch pieces, rolls of mesh, and I'm going to try to do a wreath with them for two reasons. I'm tired of looking at it, and I don't have lots of room out here to store excess rolls of mesh. What do you think so far? Beautiful, huh? Isn't that gorgeous? What a statement it makes. It's probably one of the easier wreaths for beginners. It's very forgiving. I'm going to attach a couple together here. Last one in this section. I'm going to be making tonight for dinner. It's sort of a recipe I found. I'm utilizing the recipe but not exactly the same ingredients. And it's called a meat lover's pizza bread. And it uses a pizza dough and whatever. And I've already made the dough, made it this morning. It's in the refrigerator resting. But I'm not making a pizza. I'm going to use a sloppy joe mix that I have some in the freezer that I've had used before. So I guess it will be a meat lover's sloppy joe. So if I get a chance, I'll take you along when I make it. And it'll be new to both of us. There. Wherever I land on this mat, I'm just measuring 10 inches from there, so it's not always the same 10 inches. Oh, I almost got my shirt included in it. Well, we're in the next to the last section. Gets a little nerve-wracking when you get close to that because the a mesh that you have left gets really low. But usually it works out. I have to tell you, and confessing, I haven't even taken down my Easter wreath that's still out front on my lamppost. I think I'd best go and do that. I looked on Amazon yesterday for the UV spray, and there's got to be 10 or 11 different kinds. Of course, the one that I recognize is Scotchgard, and it's really made to put on your outdoor furniture, cushions and so on. But in reading the back of it, it is used on cloth and on plastic, which of course mesh is. So I've got to get some before I... Now this one will be on my front door, which is under a carport, and so it's sheltered from the direct sunlight. But the other one that I have made, that we made together last year, will be going out front on the lamppost when Easter comes down. Okay, well, I've brought you back for the last one of these so you could see how it was done. What I did is cut the string in half up here, tie each half to the frame, and I attached wire down at the bottom on both sides with a staple gun, and then put some glue on the staples after they were in. Now this wire I'm just going to bring down basically between a couple of the bubbles to the frame, and it just takes a little time, and that's why I did the other two, because you could sit here and watch paint dry while I try to get these wires through. This, I will tell you, this sign is fairly heavy, so it takes a little bit of wire here to do this. I hate to detract from the wreath because it's so pretty. I also have these stars that came from Hobby Lobby last year, and I put a piece of wire on them. I'm going to just see if I can put 3 of them around here. And again, I'll just go down through. My phone is ringing, but it will go to the answering machine. So, I'll get this little star in here. Blue one. Put that one up here. What is nice about this bubble method is you can kind of separate them right where you put the bubbles together to get little pieces of wire and things down through it. Most of the time. I say that as I'm struggling to get this piece of wire. And then you can kind of close them up again. Disturb the bubble. And a red one up here. There you go. I'm not going to put a ribbon on this wreath. There's enough action going on with it already and all the color in here. I'm going to put the camera up a little bit and see if I can step back. You'll get the full effect. And then I will go put it on the wall like I usually do so you can see that when it's hanging up. Be right back. So there you go. I got it crooked. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. What a statement the bubbles make. You need to try one of these. It takes a whole roll of 21-inch mesh on a 14-inch frame from the Dollar Tree and a bunch of cut-in-half pipe cleaners. And then you can go to it. So I'll be back for closing words and show you what this looks like up on a wall. Be right back. Alrighty, here we are on the wall for the bubble wreath. Isn't it great? I love it. These wreaths are so full that even from the sides, they are all filled in. You don't see any of the frame. And that sign actually worked out really cute. See you next time. Bye-bye. So there you go. Thanks for stopping by today. I'm glad we got that bubble tutorial done. I think you'll all enjoy trying it. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, give me some comments, and let me know if you like the wreath videos. I'll be glad to be doing another one. I have one in mind that's actually, believe it or not, Halloween, because I have this mesh that's hanging around here. But we'll see if we can work it out. If it doesn't, if I don't have enough when I start cutting it up, we'll move on to a different project. But for now, I'm going to say goodbye and have a great day. And I'm so happy to have you stop by and see me. Everybody play nice now. Bye-bye.